Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Linda's Plants for You. Today you are looking at a money tree. I've never owned one of these before, and I did quite a bit of research on it before doing this video so that I don't give wrong advice. There is a YouTuber out there, Joyous Garden. She has, plants have been her whole life, and she has a lot of good advice and a lot of very beautiful, healthy plants. So if you want to learn more about the money tree or watch her, how she repots it and the mix that she uses, that's probably one of the better ones of the ones that I saw. But for our purposes today, I basically just want to get it out of this little pot. I can feel it needs to be repotted. And one of the things that I had a question on was the tape at the bottom of this, which you'll see in a minute. But right now I'm just going to get this out of here. This is also known as a chestnut, and I think it said French peanut, because the nuts that it has resemble or taste like peanuts, I guess. I don't know, that's just something that I heard. But it's commonly known as the money tree. And it's, I think the botanical name is Pachira Aquatica, I believe. Pachira, P-A-C-H-I-R-A, Aquatica. So that's the botanical name. Okay, so just moving forward here. I'm going to take it out of its... Oh, and I should also let you know that I did water this about an hour ago. It's one of the things that I have learned about this, that's the best time if you're going to repot it to water it before. And I can't even give you an explanation for that. It's just something that I heard, and it was from several different YouTubers that I respect, and I'm pretty sure they know what they're talking about. So, okay, one of the things that I wasn't sure about is the tape, but I am going to take that off of there because I'm pretty sure that that's going to inhibit the growth of these trunks. In fact, you can see it already has. This is like black electrical tape is what's on here, and that just cannot be good. And you can see where some of the bark is coming off on it, and you can also see, or I hope you can see, where it's very thin, where that tape was. So I know that it's on there for a reason in the beginning, but I don't believe that that should stay on there, so I'm taking it off. And we'll get rid of this. The mix I'm using is my normal soil mixture. Soil mix is what it is, potting soil, potting mix it's called. And then I add to it orchid bark, perlite, cocoa coir, and sometimes I put in charcoal. I didn't do that this time, but that's something you can also add. And there's many different things that you can add to soil to make it a lighter, more airy type soil, so it does not pack down. And that is what this plant likes. It also likes humidity, and some people are suggesting to put pebble trays around the bottom, and for those of you that know me, you probably heard me say this a few times now, and I'm sorry if I'm being repetitive, but for those of you that haven't seen my past videos, I have not had luck with pebble trays. I've had a couple of times where they actually molded over, and maybe if I had a fan running that might have helped, I don't know, but I've had it happen 2-3 times now, so I'm just not too keen on using the pebble trays. And we're going to see just how much humidity this plant really needs, because I've got other plants that I was raising that I know some people say they need lots and lots of humidity, but in my house that is not the case, and when I was giving them lots and lots of humidity, I was actually killing them. So I guess it's all relative to your soil mixture and your atmosphere. I'm running at about 50% humidity right now, and it is February, almost the middle of February. Sometimes that gets down into the 40s, and when that happens, I just throw on a pot of boiling water for an hour or two, and it brings it right back up. Or when my husband showers at night, then he'll leave the door open because he takes hot showers, and that'll raise the humidity in here very quickly. We also have a first floor laundry room that puts humidity in our air, so I haven't had the need yet for a actual humidifier or vaporizer, but I was just talking to my friend earlier today, and I actually think that I may have to invest in a humidifier, because I bought a plant end of summer called lemon button fern, and it was so beautiful, and it smelled so good. It smelled really fruity, and it's been declining since I brought it home, and I think that's probably because it needs more humidity than I'm giving it. So there's a fine line there for what's enough, what's too much, and like I say, it's so hard for us to tell other people what that number should be, because it really depends on your house. But for me, I'm at about 50%. These plants grow in, I believe it's between Central and South America, and I've heard that they can get up to 50-60 feet tall outside, but that indoors they grow generally between 4 and 6 feet. And I also understand that that depends on the size pot you have it in. It will grow and it will thrive and it will be fine if you just want to leave it in this pot, and then just up it by maybe an inch. The bigger the pot you use, the taller and bigger it's going to get. Excuse me. So you can kind of keep it from getting too big by not putting it in too big of a pot. And like I said, this is the first one that I have owned. I know there's a lot of sayings about this plant and putting it in your southwest or southeast corner of your house or whatever. Has, there's different, I don't know, beliefs, I guess, is what you would call it, as far as this tree bringing you fortune and good luck. But I didn't buy it for that reason. I bought it because it was $6.99, and I have seen plants this size for over $100. So when I saw these, I was with my granddaughter, and she fell in love with it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try one of those too. And they said, let's get one for your mama. So I got one for my daughter, one for my granddaughter, and one for myself. And for that price, I just couldn't pass it up. And it's so full. The foliage is really full. Now, what I'm not sure about here is I've got leaves that are, let's see if you can see this. They're very tiny, and they're in underneath these. And my common sense tells me that if I don't get rid of the ones that are above them, it's going to smother these little ones here. But at the same time, it seems like there were other smaller ones underneath here, and they did grow out to be big leaves. So I am just going to leave this for now until I can learn more about it myself. I just wanted to bring this to you because I thought it was something different. And I will keep you posted on how this fares, and we'll see how it turns out. Let me know in the comment section if you have one of these, and if you have had a a real full top like that, and if you left it or what you did with it. I'd be curious. And it's one thing I love about the YouTube plant community. We can learn a lot from each other, and I don't ever pretend to know something that I don't, because I don't want to mislead anybody. So if you have this plant and you've had experience with it, and you want to share that with my viewers, that would be great. And if you've had some bad things happen, we'd like to hear about that too, so we don't make those same mistakes. So that'll be it for today. I will be bringing you an update down the road, of course, and let you know how it's going. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Today is Monday, and you got the rest of the week to go. So I hope it goes well for you. If I don't talk to you before Friday, have a great week, and remember to do something kind for somebody. If you appreciate my videos and you'd like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. That's very much appreciated. And until next time, thank you for coming. Bye now. One thing I did forget to tell you is the watering and lighting, which would be important. And there are many videos on YouTube about the money tree. So if there's something else that you're curious about that I haven't mentioned, you might want to just do a search on money tree and you'll probably get your answers. But for now, just to let you know that these plants do like to dry out in between waterings. And that's not to say, I hesitate to say it that way, because when I do, people tend to think I mean dry as a bone, and I don't. It's before it gets to that point, but it will err on the side of too little water than too much, because these tubers, these trunks, they hold water, similar to palm trees, and they can be overwatered very, very easily. So you don't want to overwater. There was one video that I saw, and he said he waters it really, really good, lets the water run through a couple of times, make sure it's good and hydrated, and then he doesn't touch it again with water for like a month. So that's kind of like other succulents, and especially in the winter time. As far as lights, my understanding is that they will grow pretty much in any kind of light, but they will thrive in bright, indirect light. So they're pretty easy-going plants as far as where and how to grow them. Okay, so that's it. Now this is my real goodbye, or until next time. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.